Hello, 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 and welcome to another edition of Mocha Mondays with me, Jateya Jones. This week's tip, take account to what limitations you're putting on yourself. Whether someone told you, or just how you were raised culturally, it doesn't matter. Pay attention to the limits you put on yourself. And then course correct. So this past weekend, I went to an event and the lines for the restroom were long. If you're a female, you know the lines are always long for us, and never that long for the men, right? So I'm standing in this line. I gotta go, and I also don't want to use a dirty bathroom because we also know a lot of women are not the cleanliest. So a security guard, male security guard, comes out of the restroom. And so I stop him and I ask, excuse me, sir, how many men are in there? He tells me, one more, but let me double check. He goes, he checks. He was very friendly. And if you ever see this, mister, I don't even know your name. Thank you. Shout out to you. And I was like, okay, while I got you here, I got one more question. I know they have like it blocked off so everybody has to use the escalator to go up, but I saw some elevators. Would I be able to take those elevators, and to which floors can I take those elevators? Because I also know there are other restrooms on additional floors, and everybody's going to this one because they think they have to wait in line to go up the escalator for the other ones, right? And I'm sharing this story because there were a few people in line that got annoyed with my questions. And I did not care. And then at one point, the girl says to me, because one, I was also not doing this just for me, but for everybody else. Because another lady was like, yeah, once the men come out, we'll block it. We'll take turns so we can use it and we can get this going efficiently and effectively, right? And so and I asked another girl who just came out, I was like, so is it clean? She's like, well, it has tissue and soap. It doesn't smell bad, but I wouldn't call it clean. Thank you, sis. So one of the girls says, beggars can't be choosers. And I started to be like, yes, we can. But I was like, no, everybody's not ready for this level of awareness and alignment, boundaries, and just determination. They're not always ready for it, right? And I decided to keep it to myself because she literally was like, I'm just going to wait. I was like, okay. By this time, there was another guy in the male stall, and it was my turn to use the female stall. So I was like, forget it. I'm going to just use this stall. Luckily, it was clean, just in case you were wondering. But I digress. The moral of the story is that a lot of us settle because we think that beggars can't be choosers, or I should just be grateful for what I have. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be, but what I am saying is you can make life what you want it to be. If that man would have came out of that bathroom, I would have cut the line in front of all those women and went into the male's restroom, used it, and went on my merry way. Life is what you make it. I also asked because I wanted to know. And if you've ever lived in a metropolitan city area, 9 times out of 10, there's been some homeless person that threw your change back at you or declined your food. But they say beggars can't be choosers. And here in the DMV area, there's a law that you can't even give homeless people food because people was poisoning their food at one point in time. And I even had one tell me they were lactose intolerant, so they didn't want my pasta. I get it. Listen. So now I just be like, it's in the trash can if you want it. This is what it is. Because beggars can be choosers. You don't have to settle. Pay attention to where you're putting limitations on your own life. Course correct. And create the life that you desire and you deserve. That's it this week. It went longer than usual because I had to tell a story. But I hope you guys are having a marvelous, marvelous, marvelous Monday. It is raining here. Flash floods, honestly. But that means that I'm required to sit down and get some work done. So I will talk to you guys same time, same place next week.